On the hospital bed, the doctors are trying to save a little boy. But the boy's gone forever. At this moment, a man with serious burns all over his body approaches. He gently puts his hand on the boy's chest. The boy comes back to life like a miracle. Eric has a very strong power, but he doesn't know how to control it. In order not to harm innocent people, he chooses to live in isolation from the outside world. He just wants to live a peaceful life. But one day, while walking down the road, a group of teens stops to harass Eric. Eric advises them to be kind. But these teens are still extremely aggressive, not forgiving him. Eric warns them, saying, "If you touch me, you will burn." Because of the murder, he is soon arrested by the local police. Eric is taken to the police station but still doesn't say a word. So Christine, a young psychologist, is asked by the local police to speak with Eric. It turns out that Eric is always looking for his relatives. 3 years ago, he found his family's descendants on the farm. But an unexpected incident happened. 5 people all died in the fire. Only Eric survived the accident. Since that day, Eric gradually discovered his superpowers. As he speaks, Christine's hair starts to become statically charged. And Eric pulls water up from her glass. Moreover, when he is angry, the objects around him will be burned. At this moment, a helicopter flies over the roof. He becomes agitated and his powers unleash, which causes the building to start electrical fires. Fortunately, Christine constantly reassures, so Eric gradually calms down. That helicopter arrives to take Eric to America. The US Embassy staff Hathaway anesthetizes Eric, and then takes him to the helicopter. Unexpectedly, the anesthetic quickly wears off and mid-flight he wakes up. He starts to panic from being tied up. Thunderstorm suddenly appears and dark clouds come. The helicopter is hit by lightning, causing the helicopter to crash into the sea. Eric uses his superpowers to burn his seat belt, then opens the cockpit door and drags Hathaway to shore. When the rescue team arrives, Eric escaped. Eric finds Christine, begging for help. Christine feels herself softening towards him, so she takes him to her friend's cabin to avoid getting caught. When Eric gives off his superpowers, he will also hurt himself. His body is burned to the point of getting indescribable sores. Christine graciously bandages his wounds. To learn about this superpowers, the two decide they need to head to the farm where he lived before. Also now, Eric has become a wanted criminal, and is covered all over the media. At this time, the old man at the gas station recognizes Eric. Christine overtakes another car right on the bend, almost causing an accident. Seeing that they are about to die, Eric is very scared. His body immediately releases an electric current that destroys the car. They have no choice but to ask the trucker for a lift. Unfortunately, the police have set up a roadblock, leaving them stuck in the middle of the bridge. Eric doesn't want Christine to be involved, so he surrenders to the police. Christine also rushes to the front to negotiate. However, the policeman doesn't give her a chance. He directly presses her to the ground with his knees. Eric immediately loses his control. He draws upon the lightning and dark clouds. The scene is truly horrifying. 2 lightning bolts run across the bridge. The lightning with 100 million volts of electricity begins to strike the ground. Christine coaches Eric to control his emotions. Only then can he control himself. Eric was hit by lightning, and immediately gained an extremely powerful superpower. Not only can he control fire and water, he also can hold Thor's hammer calling for lightning. As long as he stretches out his hand, little by little the lightning will converge. The body is also slowly burned. After a while, he can't take it anymore. He collapses and the storm subsides. The sheriff Henrik comes to their aid and rushes them both to the hospital. When the doctor does the magnetic resonance test, the rumbling sound makes Eric excited again. Eric's powers cause a malfunction of equipment, and a boy goes into cardiac arrest while undergoing surgery. Eric with the wound goes to the boy's room, puts his hand on the boy's chest. After a while, the boy comes back to life like a miracle. This story is quickly reported by the media. Eric immediately receives everyone's love. Everyone considers him the Norse god, Thor, surrounding the hospital with a look of admiration for a superhero. Meanwhile, to investigate Eric's background, the sheriff goes to the library to find a Norse mythology book. The story mentions Thor, the god of thunder, and his hammer. The legend said that in the twilight of the gods' tribulation, Thor and the other gods died consecutively. Thor's 2 sons built a farm from the ruins of Asgard, staying here guarding the shrine to wait for the gods to return. And Eric's superpowers also appeared when he was on the farm. He is most likely a descendant of the thunder god. The house burned down that year is still here. At the farm, Eric is brought to his knees and unable to move by an invisible energy. Henrik and Christine pull him up. Seeing a strange sign on the ground, Henrik guesses that something must be hidden underneath the house. So they find an excavator to dig it up to see what it is. On the other hand, Hathaway nearby arranged a lot of snipers around the farm. Once Eric loses control, they will immediately shoot him dead. The team quickly discovers a cave under the house. Henrik, after entering, is stunned and surprised. In the cave there are many stone steels. Many symbols and patterns are carved on each stone stele. He guesses these steles are most likely documents that Thor's sons collected. On the wall there is also a depiction of an immense and central sacred tree in Norse cosmology. Around it exists all else, including the 9 worlds. Finally, they discover a stone coffin. Out of curiosity, Eric opens the stone coffin. Inside, there are relics of the god of thunder, including Thor's glove, his belt and his hammer. When Eric picks up the hammer, it's all proven. He is the new generation of thunder god. Eric takes the hammer and goes out of the cave. Hathaway immediately orders her subordinates to open fire. The girl who he loves most dies in front of his eyes. Eric's anger causes his powers to be fully given off. The snipers fire at him but can't hurt him. He angrily raises his hammer to the sky. Under the lightning, the hammer burns red. Eric turns into a thunder god and begins to take revenge. They killed the girl he loves so no one can escape. Angels, who descend on Earth, always have a painful end. A journey to understand himself, wants to experience the taste of people in this society. In the end, he still has to pay with life, be judged and always have to run away. Powerful superpowers that scare everyone. Superheroes are also forced to become villains.